Hello, Jamie Novak here, your holiday organizing specialist, and today we're talking holiday gifts and budget. Now, to start off, I just want to say I almost didn't use the word budget when I put together this lesson. Quite honestly, I think sometimes, I know for me, I see the word budget and I kind of run in the other direction. I've never been really good at figuring out how to set up a budget for like my personal expenses, and it just never really worked for me. And so setting up a holiday one kind of felt a little daunting. I can say though that I've gotten much better at it throughout the years, and if you haven't done this before, then I hope you'll try it this year, and I know you're just going to continue to get better as the years go on. So here's what happens. This first year, there's a bit of a learning curve. We're just going to set a number that we feel comfortable with, and we're going to try our hardest to stick to it. The great news is the best gifts and the memories that last from year to year are not the ones that come from a store that have a UPC symbol on them. It's the moments, it's the times, it's the experiences, it's the traditions. So if we can really start to look at that, there's a lot of ways where we can, take some money out of the budget and really just enjoy time together. That being said, we do need to have a certain number set aside. So it's a number that you feel comfortable with, and no one's going to need to know your number. You don't have to share it with anyone. It's your own personal number that you're going to try to stick with. And this is the number that hopefully you won't go into too much, if any, debt at the end of the season. So we're guessing about how much we're going to need in the categories that I gave you. Things like gifts and gift wrap and bows and postage. And you don't want to forget things like extra utilities if you're going to have holiday lights on, and extra fuel because you're running to the store or taking day trips. So all of that, you kind of want to guess what you think that's going to cost. And then you'll be writing down what you actually spent. So now what's going to happen is you'll see the difference, and you'll say you thought you were going to spend 100 on this person's gift, you actually spent 125. You thought you were going to spend 200 in fuel, and you spent a little less than that. And it's going to kind of give you a good working number for years to come. So that's really what it's all about. It's, there's no high mathematics. It's not some grand equation. I hope we've really just simplified that for you. Then, of course, the other piece to this is the gifts. And I can't stress to you enough that when I started going with themed gifts, it really made my life easier, but it also helped me to stick to my budget. It made shopping a lot easier because if it's a theme and you're doing books, then you're shopping basically in one store, the bookstore. And then the next year it may be cooking and you're shopping in a cooking store. So, it really can simplify your shopping, and it helps you focus in. And at first I thought, well, I don't know, am I going to be able to personalize them enough? But actually you'd be very surprised. I can really put together a nice themed gift. And the fun part is that everyone starts to kind of know that that's my thing, and they're wondering, like, what's the theme going to be for the next year? So it's really a lot of fun, and so you might want to consider it. If you haven't thought of doing themes before, it can work across a wide variety of people, a wide variety of ages, and it really can be a fun way to go. So I just wanted to say, in case you kind of overlooked that little tip, I really like the themed gifts. That being said, we want to kind of step away from anything that's cute. Cute, as in C-U-T-E, cute stands for can't use that ever. Those tend to be the dust collectors. They're sometimes the impulse items at checkout that, it's like, oh, another lighted keychain. I don't know. If someone really needs that, that's one thing. But if it's just kind of like, oh, I should grab that, then maybe not so much. And then, of course, you'll see the suggested items to have on hand. And nowhere in that list do you see candle. I tried to go with some unique items that don't scream, I forgot to buy a gift for you, or I didn't know we were going to exchange gifts, and so, here's a generic candle. I tried to go with unique things that even if you brought them as a hostess gift would be well received and thoughtful, but that won't break the budget. So, well, I hope you've enjoyed putting together your budget and also starting to prepare your gift ideas and considering the themes and what experiences you could share. Can you give someone tickets to something, or book a date with them? Don't just give them a coupon that says we're going to do this. Actually book the date. If you have to change the date, that's one thing, but at least it's solidified and in stone, and that's really important. So that's what it's all about. Now, of course, coming up, we've got so much more to discuss, and we're going to get into calendars and to-do lists coming up, so you're not going to want to miss that. But for now, it's just gathering those ideas, putting your thoughts to paper, and getting out the calculator. This has been Jamie Novak, your holiday organizing specialist.